Hello, everybody. It is another Friday, another week, and I think this Friday and next Friday are going. Well, next Friday is going to be Allison and I's last Friday, possibly for a while, because we found out this past week that I'm going to have to probably call on that Friday to have the internet taken down, and I can get the modem and stuff back to the store at the end of the week. So. Um, but who knows? Maybe something will work out. But in the meantime, we're here. It's Friday,
We could stream
and
it from I mean, I can do the free whatever cuz I'm not paying for that. But
well, I'm not paying either. But for my just
right.
my internet, yeah. Oh, that would be
Right. I'm just
fun.
saying we'll talk about it.
Sure. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Hi, Garnet. Garnet was here. Oops. No. Okay. What is StreamYard doing? I'm trying to hit show what Garnet is saying, and now they're telling me to hit plus show. What is so Karen Care Bear was having issues with StreamYard earlier. And now it's doing it. StreamYard is doing something here. Okay. Hide.
Now it's oh shoot.
Okay.
StreamYard
So
is
give me
doing
just a
something
second,
here. Hold
everybody.
on
It
two
looks
seconds, you
like
guys. Or turn my sound down. Okay.
StreamYard is doing something funny here. So Garnet was here, and we have okay, Justine here. Hello, Justine. Right, Justine? Aquarius. No. Oh no, I'm getting the names mixed up. Hang on a second. Yes, so StreamYard is doing something different. Every time my mouse or cursor goes over a comment, it is highlighting it here on the screen, but on my screen, it's putting it in blue with a minus. Carolina. Okay, so yeah, StreamYard's doing something different here, and StreamYard, I don't like it. Um, Alrighty, so Carolina is here. Let's see. Gerald is here. Hello, Stash Man. And Selena. Yes. Yeah, this is going to be weird tonight, everybody. This is the first time StreamYard has done this, and I don't know why they are doing that. Maybe I won't use a mouse. Let's see if I can take the mouse off. And if I do it by hand, if that will make a difference. Because I know Karen was saying she was having issues. No, it's still doing it. So yeah. Hello, Isadora. Um, let's see. Oh, this is not cool. StreamYard. I'm good. How are you? Hello, Miss. Oh, how's Darla? Yes, if everybody can continue to send healing energy to Selena's dog, Carla. She's healing up from a surgery.
Oh.
Um, that would be much helpful. Yes, StreamYard's doing something here. All righty. So we hope everybody had a good week. It's been a busy week for me getting things ready and making phone calls, and 2 weeks, and we're ready to go. And Karen, I'm having the same issues as you did, girl, with the new StreamYard. I'm getting these weird things on my in my chat on my iPad. So I know what you're going through now, girl. So while I try to figure this out a little bit, I'll just, hey, Allison, how was your week? See if I can figure this out.
It was uh nothing too exciting, honestly.
Okay, let's
Sorry.
see. Janet is here. So, yeah, they have a new system here now. Oh,
So
yes.
did they do an update, I'm guessing, on StreamYard?
Yeah, what they're doing now is as I'm on StreamYard and I'm looking at everybody in my chat, the minute I drag my cursor over to a person's comment,
Right.
it says plus sign now and it says show. I have to click on that to show what the person is sharing, and then I have to click hide and then remove. So they're adding an extra step in there with, I mean, yeah, it's not making it any better. And hello, divine timing. Thank you for being here. And Selena said Thank you, Carolina. She's doing good and was eating and drinking like normal. Happy dog.
Oh,
So,
nice.
all righty. So, this is what I'm going to have to get used to now. So, yeah, this week.
Oh, I did have
Yes.
one good thing that happened this week though. Um Actually there was a couple different things, but the only thing I'll share on here is the boy that I'm always talking to you guys about.
Yep.
He is going to be homeschooled the rest of the school year, so he won't be riding the bus.
Oh, I guess that's going to be
His
now.
mom pulled him.
She
Yep,
pulled
she
it.
pulled him. And I can't help but think or guess why that might have been, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just glad he's not going to be on the bus.
Well, when Miss Tarot D pops in, we'll have that update for her because she's always asking
I'm
about the
so
boy.
glad. I'm so glad. And it's so it's amazing how much quieter the afternoon ride is. Like it's so noticeable.
Divine
It's
intervention.
like it's
Mhm.
wild. There's still the other boy that gets wound up, but he's not nearly, and he's not even like that every day. It's
Mhm.
like he can go there, but he's not always like that. So like he was a little wound up. I think it was Wednesday, and I had to. He was making this. I remember being in middle school. He was making this really high pitched, exaggerated, silly laugh, and
Mm.
just kept doing it. And his friends were kind of laughing and whatever. And the funny thing is, he had done it once a few weeks back, and when he got off the bus, because I didn't want to embarrass him as he was getting off the bus, I said to him, I said, I need you to stop with the laugh. I said, it's distracting and whatever. And he looks at me very seriously. And he goes, it wasn't, he goes, it's not me, it's Earl. And I just looked at him and I said, okay, well, tell Earl, would you? I said, just that's got to stop. I said, it's really distracting. That's the only reason. He said, oh, okay. And he got off the bus. That was it. Well, Earl, I could say his name. Nobody knows who the hell he is. That's who's not riding the bus anymore. And it happened Wednesday. I knew it was him. I knew it was him.
Mhm.
And because they all sit together in the back, but I can tell and whatever. And so I said to him when he was getting off the bus the other day, I said, I need you to stop with that laugh. I said, it's very distracting. I don't remember my exact words, but I did say these things. I said, it's very
Mhm.
distracting and it's a safety hazard. And I'm not kidding. It really, truly is because it's super high pitched. And it's just, I don't care if he does it. He just needs to bring it down. He says to me, he says, that's my real laugh with a straight face. And I looked at him and I said, no, it's not. And I said, I need you to stop. And I says, or I'm going to have him pull the, what did I call it? I think I said pull the film. Because there's just, everything's
Mm.
recorded, and if by
Yeah.
some strange chance that is his real laugh, which it's
Oh
not
no,
going to
that's not.
be that loud. Like he's doing it
Yeah.
super, 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 and it's not his laugh. Anyways, and it wasn't until after he got off the bus, I didn't even think about the fact. And like, the first time I said this to him, he blamed it on this kid that's not even on the bus anymore. Like it didn't even occur to me. And I was like, oh. So if it comes up again, anyways, I don't want to write him up. It's so I just want him to stop doing it. It's super
Yeah.
distracting. But he only did it Wednesday and then he didn't do it again after that. So he'll do it again. Give
Yeah.
him a week or so and he'll forget or be having fun with his friends and he'll start doing his like it really is funny, honestly. Like if he was here with Wyatt goofing around, when they were that age or whatever, I would have thought it was
Can't
funny.
be anything worse like the Xena laugh.
It is funny though. It is. I get why they think it's funny, but we're on the bus. It's an enclosed area.
Hey,
It's
Moira.
too loud and it really is distracting. And it's like
Yeah.
I can't have anything that's high volume. So anyway, that's
Oops.
the most exciting thing I have to share.
Hello, Coyote. Thank you for joining us. We've had a few people joining. We have Coyote. We have Maruta. Did I miss anybody else? I don't think I did. Thank you, everyone, for popping in. All righty. So Well, Allison and I been following a little bit. Well, I came across the video and I asked her if she heard about it, she wanted to talk about it tonight. And who knows, maybe pull some cards or something to see if there's any truth to it. But those
I'm sure a lot of people know.
the pyramids in Egypt. Now, I did some online today, and apparently, a majority of all the Egyptologists, according with Zawahas, that's in Egypt, they're all saying, "Oh, this is fake news. This is not real. It's over exaggerated." Selena's like, "Tell me more." But there is something called it's called the Khafre Project, and it's apparently, for those who don't know, um, Selena's all like, "Anunnaki, aliens." um, so these three Italian art scientists, Professor Corrado Malagna, Filippo Biondi, and Armando Mi from the University of Pisa, they decided to utilize something called excuse me here, a radar. Okay, hold on a second. I have exactly what it is written here. Um, it is, okay, Heather, where did you write it? Because I've been writing all these notes down. Synthetic aperture radar, which is known as SAR technology. And they are
Yeah.
using this from the satellites or a satellite orbiting the Earth. And what they did is they wanted to take this radar and do imaging over Giza, and they are claiming to have found, and there's been these, I don't know how they're claiming that it's fake or whatever, because you can't really fake the data and the shapes that are starting to show up, through different 3D models and everything. But they are finding that there are 8 large vertical structures. They're theorizing as either wells or shafts that extend over 6,500 feet wide and 2,000 feet below ground. And they said to picture that, it's like putting 20 um, Statue of Liberties on one top of each other. This is how far they go down. And then they are attached to um, they're thinking it's like a tunneling system. And it says here, giant vertical shafts, quote unquote spiral staircase, or this could be metallic, like copper or something, metal, going down these pillars. And they're leading into, I think, 2 chambers. So there's 4 each going into 2 chambers. And so pretty much right now, they're starting to show, they're just showing, it's going around the news, all different outlets and videos people are commenting on. I left a couple in the description. One that I think I listed the one that Allyson and you recommended. I know there's 2 there. I know one is by Amanda Ellis. She was brought to my attention by Nancy, a Crohn's intuition. Well, everyone knows who Nancy is. And Amanda Ellis is a UK psychic medium who uses cards and works with Metatron and certain angels. And she was tapping into, and she gave her idea or feel of what she thought, they could possibly be. And so I asked Allison if we wanted to talk about it. So now that I kind of went, enveloping, just gave the basics, was there anything you wanted to, that you found interesting about them? You and Anthony watched that one video.
So I would love for us to talk about this a little bit tonight and then talk about it again. And this is why. I had initially gotten a video on this. Anthony sent me one about the time all this came out, like a week ago, something like that. And I watched it. And then I watched the one Heather sent me, one of the ones that you sent me. The science-based one, not the
Not the
angel
Amanda.
lady. And then I also did some of my own looking, and you know how YouTube is and it recommends all these things. I ended up watching like probably an hour and a half of that this morning early, like 4:30 to like 6 a.m. before I go to work, because I got up early. And I did watch some last evening as well. I watched one of the videos, and I watched another one this afternoon. Yeah, I really want to talk about it again. So I'm gonna say kind of how I feel right now. I've seen science about it. I've also seen people that really know, and I also saw one of two of them that I part of if I could talk. There's a couple different theories, not theories. They're saying it all theories that show that what they're showing that what is that tomography combined with the satellite imagery, blah blah blah, combining them because both of these approaches have been used for a while, but now they're supposedly being used together. What they're bouncing off of and looking at doesn't even line up. So it's like the imagery based on what it just I don't know. I don't know. Also, I mean, there's so many questions that spin off of this. I mean, let's just say for a minute that this is true, or rather, this is accurate, like they really are seeing what they think they're seeing.
This is their interpretation after what they've initially seen. They did a 3D model and they're saying this is
What they're
what
claiming
they're
they've seen.
claiming to see. And then I'll see if, and this is what the actual topography, come on. So this is what they're basing kind of a lot of this off of. And they're starting to develop more. So yeah, just want to show a few
So
of the
this
images.
first came up a couple years ago and it was debunked, and now they're coming back in and like with a little bit different information and anyways, I really do want to talk about this again after I deep dive, and then I'd like you and I to at least watch some of the same videos so we can kind of discuss it and whatever. But um okay, so I want to go back to what I was
Hi,
saying
Sarah D.
is that if it's really there, if any of this is really there, uh first of all, why would it be? What the hell is that? But secondly, God, there's just so many layers to this.
And
The Egyptians weren't regular people if they were the ones that built all this or put that all in there. Most likely, this well precedes the Egyptians.
Mm-hmm.
It was already there
Yep.
by some sort of extraterrestrial or something, and I hate the knee jerk reaction of going there, but it's like, where else would it have come from? The
They're saying it's
Egyptians
older than
were
Göbekli Tepe. Mm-hmm.
the Egyptians were regular people. I mean, the pyramids alone were already just like you could kind of talk yourself into maybe coming up with some way they might have done that, maybe. But some structures that go down, what was it, 2.5 kilometers or something crazy, the
Mm-hmm.
depths. They said it was like the Empire. I don't know. They said some building
The
2 or 3
Statue of
times.
Liberty.
No,
Like,
not what I heard.
oh,
And yeah,
okay.
I believe you, but that's not the reference that I was heard on one of the many things that I heard. They were talking about one of these, whatever.
Mm.
I just don't know. I just don't know. And let's say it really
Tarot
is
D.
there. It's like, wow.
It's Tarot D. I think
I saw the
Allison's.
movie and they came through the Stargate and built everything. I know it's true because they made two more. Yeah, and it's like and then you have all these people that and even some of the
Yes.
scientists that
Yeah.
have totally romanticized Egypt and all the and they won't stand to hear anything else. Like, even forget about this new discovery. Forget
Mm-hmm.
about that. You have people that are so romantically attached to what they believe about Egyptians and what happened there
Mm-hmm.
and what the all the structure on the inside and what the different chambers mean and la, la, la,
Mhm.
la, 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 la. It's a very passionate,
Yeah.
crazy, almost cult
Mhm.
subject. And it's like, it's kind of weird. Um, I don't believe anything anymore
Oh,
without really, really
yeah.
seeing it. And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm not buying it. I don't think it's real. Um, I just don't.
Oh, so you don't
And
think these killers are real? Okay.
I don't think they're there. Now, maybe they are. I don't know. Again, I really want to watch everything I can find. I also want to kind of yeah, we could throw cards on it if you want to or not, or we could do it next time or whatever. But I don't know. It just I don't know. And also it's like I don't know. The timing is interesting. I'm just I'm not convinced. Not yet. And if
Well,
I'm
there.
wrong, great. Honestly, I would love for to be more discovery about the pyramids and get some more information and all that. And again, I already don't think the Egyptians built those pyramids. I'll just be perfectly honest. Because wow, when you get into the math of it,
Mhm.
like anybody that kind of doesn't really know much at all about it's like, there's no way with the tools that they had back then and everything. It's like I just no.
Well, Shannon
I
and I
just
came
no.
across a video last year where someone actually showed how ancients could have possibly have done it
I think I
without
saw it.
all this technology, and
I've watched everything I can find on Egypt,
it had
but
to do
yeah.
with pouring blocks. They were
Mhm.
able to get the blocks, and as they built up, they would pour, harden, place, and then they would build and go up and up and up. So
Yes.
technically, it
There
could
was
have
like
been.
thousands of people living there and they had villages and these people weren't poor either,
Mhm.
supposedly, and they were well taken care of and it was like a whole but why?
And
For
they're thinking
what?
too that the structure, they say if it's real underneath, um that this could predate even Gobekli Tepe that they started uncovering or came across years ago. And so, and that's even older than they're placing the pyramids. So our history goes back a lot further than we're taught. And I know that Selena had a good point too, and Teotihuacan in Mexico is lined up the same way as the pyramids of Giza. So everybody knew
Yeah,
or
there's
were
different
a lot of
places on earth.
cultures following that. And interesting too, as well, with the pyramid, especially that main one. And this was something that I believe Tesla was behind, is that way back, there was free energy. And a lot of these temples and pyramids were basically like conductors. The area where the Sphinx and the pyramid is, that plateau there. And they said it's obvious. You can see that. You can see the water erosion around the Sphinx and the pyramids, that there was water in that
Yes,
area.
there was water in that
And it
area.
was, and
Yes.
if what they found underneath the pyramids are real, that could have very well been a way of generating energy and electricity too for any civilization that came, before us that was here. And Selena also shared, because Selena is obviously very excited. Selena, you may have to come and join us for this discussion when
Yeah, that would
Allyson
be
and I
great.
do it. Hieroglyphics in Mexico portray an alien race here before them, also
See,
saying
and
that the
that's, you
moon
know
wasn't
what?
always there.
That's what it was.
The aliens.
Yeah.
The
Whoever
aliens.
the
Okay.
aliens are. I mean, whichever race was here, whichever group, whichever blah blah blah. I mean, I mean, there could have been
Me too.
so much on this planet before it decided to do, what we know of it as today. I mean, it absolutely could have. I think the whole
Education. Okay.
our planet and what we do here is probably so primitive compared to what is possible, what was done, what was like, yeah, if it was
Oh.
uh if it's really
Hey, Tom.
there, if it's real, if anything is really there, and I'm not, and it's quite possible that something is another aspect of this. It's quite possible there is something there, but like what they think they're seeing isn't exactly right. That's possible too. Again, there is conflict about the imagery and it
Mhm.
lining up with what it bounced off of, because there's like images of what they something. I'm not going to explain it well. Again, we'll do another one, another show on this, and they I'm not even trying to explain it because I'll just totally screw it up. There's a lot of question around what is being shown to have been proven and whatever.
Well,
But
it's been known a long time that there's a secret. People feel that there is a secret ancient library under the Sphinx, and I believe that there is something that they're guarding under there, because there have been times when people have asked, well, where is this tunnel gone? And like Kawasaki, he was just like, oh, there's no tunnel. But, people are trying to
all
hide it because
kinds
a
of
lot
stuff
of
that's
people
covered up. Oh my
don't
God.
want to change. Archaeologists don't want history changed, because then things would, have to be rewritten, or people would have to prove that they've been wrong. And Isadora just let us know that she used her pendulum, and she says no, that there's no tunnels under the pyramids, according to her pendulum. So that's very interesting. And Thomas joined us. Hello, Tom. What's up, Sassy Pants? And Selena said, yes, she would love to join us. And um, Carolina said she would love to join us too
You know
as well.
what? It would be good to be me and you and Selena and Tom.
Ooh. And maybe get
Because
another
I would love to
person.
hear Tom's Tom.
Oh, Tom has his feelings about the whole alien star sea thing that I've been trying to get Tom to open up to me about. I don't know, Tom.
Yeah,
Let
early
us
ritual
know.
Tom. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hi, Kathy. Um, okay.
Would you want to talk on this, Tom? Because I'm sure he's got a whole bunch of stuff to say about why
Miss
no.
Taro D, don't worry about it. Early ritual, that metal plate in your head will protect you. I must have missed something. Um, oh, here we go. Oh darn, I forgot my tinfoil hat for tonight's episode. Just kidding. Yeah,
We're talking about the
the pyramids.
discovery of all this stuff that's supposedly underneath the pyramids of Giza.
I'm looking to see what is the topic exactly that you want to talk on. Oops, wait a minute.
That
Okay, hold on,
the
everybody.
discovery of what has supposedly been discovered and what that might be.
This was it. Okay, so everybody that's coming into chat, heads up, StreamYard is doing something new with their chats, and it is
Could be
making
Miss
it
Parody
hard.
or something.
She says, I think it was debunked already. No, I still think it's possible for a civilization
I
still
agree,
within.
Tom. I mean, based on everything I watched today, I'm uh, these are not. I mean, these are not just people running their mouth talking. These are like people that are like having a hard time keeping a straight face, and they're just like, no, this is not based on the because they understand the different the combined sources that are being used to come somehow see this information. They're like, if we're not there, we can't do that. This is not real. This is fabricated. It's not real. It's no.
So,
So, but I'm not
Tom,
saying it's true, but
what Alison would like to get with Selena and I, and see if maybe we can get Carolina. Now, that is Carolina Aquarius Tarot Adventures that's in here. Talking about the alien aspect and how the alien civilizations were here first and built. And I know, Tom, that you have shared some of your thoughts with me in the past on the whole starseed alien thing. So let us know if you would be open to talking about that. And let's see. Um, Tom said, I mean, anything is possible, but I don't think this is the hill to die on. Oh my goodness. How dramatic. Oh my god.
I love Tom.
Um, wait a minute. What is this? Loved how it let you do divination on your pizza dough. What? I am missing something here. Oh, Selena's talking about this folk magic, I think. Um, book that she's got. So I think that's what that was all about. So Eternal Light says, what if there was a life form on Earth well before, but a war left so few alive that they stay hidden to most? The cryptid, the shadow folks, the fae folks. It's possible. I used to have a friend who had past life memories of being on a starship, fighting in a different galaxy. He was part of a different race, and that there were a lot of warring factions out in space. Just like we war here on Earth, that there is also those species that do that outside. I mean, the universe is huge. To think that we're the only ones.
Oh, we're
That's it's
definitely
just
not.
it
There's
makes
life
no
all over the
sense.
place.
Um, so, but yeah, let let me know, Tom. Um, oh wait a minute. So, okay, I'm just checking chat because Miss Tarot D got a beautiful Italian folk magic book for Selena, and she read it, and they're discussing some of the things that she has read in there. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Tom said, oh my goodness, I hate this new thing. Okay, I have a love and fear of the whole UFO alien thing, but I am not a true believer. I do not like the whole starseed thing though, and I don't want to talk on that really. So,
Wait a
if
minute,
we have to
what?
sit,
I have a love of the whole UFO alien thing, but I am not a true believer. I do not like the whole starseed thing though. Yeah, I think the whole starseed, yeah, I'm not down with the starseed thing either. But do you mean a love or feel of, you said
fear.
UFO alien? Are you talking about ETs being real, like life on other planets?
Yeah, he says I have a love and fear of the whole UFO alien thing.
So you're saying it, wait, I just want to make sure you're not a true believer that that exists, that there's life on other planets. Is that what you mean?
He says I'm fascinated by ufology in general.
Do you, okay, I'm asking him though, do you think there's a possibility that there's no other life form?
He said correct.
Yeah, but that was too quick. Let him.
Okay, he said something else. Not that is visiting us in general. That you're
That's not what I'm asking.
I'm not sure. That might be like a backstage conversation one day to figure out how, if we want to talk about that, do a show. Um, so Tom, are you afraid that there is a possibility?
I think there's absolutely no possible way. There is no way it is just us. It's ludicrous.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane. There's no way. There's no
Mr.
way.
OD. Okay, early ritual, and I can't be friends because he just insulted my relatives and their existence. Oh my goodness. But I have my friend who is Zuni Navajo, and for I believe it's the Zuni, their ancestors came from the earth, and they I think some of their spiritual stories and myths, mythologies, um believe that many there may be still some that are there as well. So um it's all, I think, in how what you personally experience. And I know Shan said he saw one as a child. He saw a gray looking at him through the window when he was a child. And hello, Beth. So here we go. Tom said, okay, chat's jumping here. And there's this new thing. There is a possibility that it may or may not exist. I don't know. I am agnostic on it. Tom, you're agnostic on everything. But that's okay.
In an infinite space, what is the likelihood that enough evolved species from different planets are capable of
Oh,
traveling those distances at this small point in time.
Well, they have technology better than ours. I mean, Tom, come on, we are not the sharpest, you know, crayon in the, the
But
Crayola
I doesn't
box.
he believe time is that whole weird thing about
Linear.
time?
Well, I don't think time is linear because of the wormholes and things and stuff. And Miss Terrell D says, I believe in life forms from other planets. And Selena says, yes, Mexicans too, Heather. We have story of aliens and coming from the. And Beth was like, why not, Tom? So, oh, what a great conversation to have tonight. And this is when StreamYard starts to mess around with their system here. So, everybody just bear with me as I get used to this new format that they're doing. So, I think Tom might, Selena says, I am a true believer. I'm a believer. I got you, girl. Me, I have heard way too many horror stories that of what aliens come to do to animals on this planet and to humans. That I really don't appreciate that, and I don't necessarily trust all of them.
Shit,
And
our own people do that.
I know. I said I was agnostic, Beth. I can go either way, and I change my mind on at life all the time. Let's see. Amanda said,
On
I feel,
ET life all the time.
oh, ET life. Okay. I feel the hybrid babies and their Earth parents will eventually reunite. And again, there's tons of advanced souls waiting until the right time to come. There's some people that believe in the Galactic Federation and Foundation, and I respect that. Am I comfortable with that? Do I feel like I resonate with that? I personally don't, but I'm not saying, like Tom, that it doesn't exist. Um, oh, Tom, big meanie Miss Tarot D, not a meanie. Let's see. So Selena says, I have a tarot spread if you want to use it. It's from Rochelle. So I think that has to, okay. Um, okay, Jack, give me a second here. I know Allison's looking too. So if I miss something, Allison, let me know. It's because every time I try to touch on something to see what they're saying, it blackens it out and it makes me put it on the screen before I can. I mean, it's wonky. Um, got it. You are. Wait a minute. Got it. You're Switzerland on the alien issue. Yes, Selena, I saw that. Let's see. I just got. Okay, I'm being confused here now. I just got her love of spreads deck today. Oh, Rochelle's deck. Okay, let's see. Oops, no, hold on a second. Tom, either you believe absolutely everything that I do, or you cannot be in my group. We only accept sheep. Oh, I love it when Miss Tarot D and Tom are in chat. Um, all right, so I'm caught up. But yeah, that's interesting. Like I said, like Shannon and I watch these shows together, and we sit and we think anything's possible. It's just that we won't know until we're actually shown somehow, whether individually in a spiritual experience, a solitary experience, or maybe a group experience, or once we get to the other side. Right now, this is just, when it comes to now, hybrid babies, oh, that's a whole nother can of worms. That makes, I mean, I know that's possible. It makes me a little uncomfortable. Um, but, I don't know if that's ever a discussion that you would want to have, or what anybody would want to have, on the show. What's your take on that? I'm curious, Allison, or if you have any perspective on,
On what, half human, half.
yeah, hybrid babies, alien humans being taken for women for their eggs, and men for them to create them on
I
the.
don't know why they would need to do that. They're so beyond us. I don't even know why they would.
Now there is
So no, I don't think
someone
so.
in the YouTube tarot sphere, alien sphere that says that when she sleeps at night, she goes up to the ships and helps sometimes the births of these hybrid babies and the care of these hybrid babies. And I just, I mean, that's their perspective, and if they feel that's what they do. Um, but something like that just, I don't know, it makes me nervous. I'll be honest, I am scared shitless of aliens, but I have seen technically UFOs. I don't particularly believe they are ET. Interesting. Okay.
That's very telling, Tom.
Because there are some things that we create that they test.
Psychologically, that's very telling to
Yeah,
me
I
that
don't have.
you feel that.
Now, when Shan saw the gray or a gray when he was younger, he wasn't afraid of them. There was no sense of fear. He doesn't think he was taken. It's just that he remember looking out of his, when he was a little child, looking out of his bed crib or whatever, and seeing, I think one or two looking through his window, and but didn't feel any fear or felt hurt or anything. So I don't know. Let's see. No,
No,
Allison,
that's
I was
not
not
what I mean,
abducted.
Tom. That's not what I mean.
Let's see. Amanda said, when I was doing spirit baby readings, there's some hybrids. I think most of us are part extraterrestrial, but it's okay to not believe what others
Okay.
do.
So I'm going to come back to that because she said that. So this is what I think is possible, but who the hell knows? None of us do. None of us
Mhm.
do. Um, maybe, possibly, humans are the result of something that was mixed with, because think of what we know to be early man and what that
Mm,
looked like. If that's even real and true, shit, that could be a lie. But let's say what we've been shown, in school, and you show the evolvement of human and blah,
mhm,
blah, 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 blah. Well, there might have been some monkeying around that happened somewhere in there. And what we have today, what we see today, what we know as far back as we know is a result of that. So we would all have some aspect of that. That I think is possible. But the other, I don't know. Maybe. Again, I'm not claiming to ever have all
mhm.
the answers, but it just doesn't feel plausible to me. I just don't.
And Tom says there's a lot of disinformation out there. Yes, to keep people confused, to keep
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
But do I think they're here? Yep. Do I think they work with our government? I sure do. And I just kind of keep back from that.
I tell
Um,
you something that I do think, and this is, there is so much mystery under our oceans.
yes.
That's where gets real. I think that's my own. The oceans,
Sequest. Remember
the
that from
oceans are
SpongeBob?
full of. Forget looking under the pyramids. That's where they need to be
I'm
looking.
say yes. Yep. Because there's so many USOs that come in and out of the water, especially around Catalina Island. Years and years, people have been reporting seeing them coming in and out of the water. Even the military knows of it being there. Um, and so, there's definitely something down there. And the last frontier. Yeah, everybody's in a hurry to get to freaking Mars and the moon and outer space, but we don't even know what's going on. Wait a minute, Tom, what are you doing? Is this supposed to be Klingon? Oh no, he's talking about something with Cthulhu. I see Cthulhu's word in there. Tom, what are you saying? To me, for me and Allison, that's word. Does anyone watch? So CJ is here. No, I don't. I remember at some point the guy who does Bashar said that he was the only one allowed to channel this, and he from what I remember, will sue or reach out to other psychics or mediums who try to channel this being. So that's all I really know about this Bashar. And so Tom said that was from Lovecraft, and it says in his house at Relay de Cthulhu waits dreaming.
Aspasia Rising, I agree with what you're saying, but the way I feel, and I do
Me
feel I
too.
agree, and I do stuff all the time, and I encourage everybody to do something. I pick up trash regularly, just all the time, all the time. That's just something that I like to do. Um, but anyways, the planet's going to be just fine. Humans will die. The planet will always come back. Always. Earth is not, humans will suffer and screw up things so bad that we all die. The planet will rejuvenate and be stronger than ever.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it could get hit by a giant meteor or something like that, but as far as like the
Humans. Yeah.
Earth will be just fine. Will be just fine.
Until they say our sun, you know, turns into a supernova or whatever and takes out all the outlying planets, but we're not going to be here for that. Hopefully. And
Yes, so do I. So do I.
yeah, wolves,
Absolutely. I
polar
hate to
bears.
see all that, but this is such a huge subject. Yes,
Mhm.
I agree.
We have
But
to
there's so
become
much that we
stewards.
don't know and we don't remember about agreeing to come into here and to come here and be on this planet that is, you know, it's not a cakewalk. And the animals that are here, I really do believe. I mean, we don't know, right? Again, we don't know until we're gone, but it's like the animals that are here are more highly evolved than we are. It's just different. That's my belief. They're part of the angelic realm. If you believe that, I personally do. And they basically came in on a mercy mission. Like they're just here to, um, they volunteered. They know what's going to go down to a degree. So, and I feel the same way, and I get upset every time I
I
see a
totally
hit
agree with that
squirrel on the side
also.
of the road or a possum, which is every damn day when I'm driving the bus. I see dead animals every
I saw
freaking
geese
day,
today.
especially now in the spring. I see dead geese. I see dead everything.
Broke my heart today.
And it upsets me every single time, and every single time I call on Mother Gaia and Archangel Ariel to please, if that animal is still alive, cross it over immediately. Every single time, because they're not going to get up and walk away. If they're still laying there, they're injured or dead. But I don't want them laying there conscious, or, I want them to cross over. I want them to be dead and gone and whatever. But anyways, back to the whole, like, with the wolves and the bears and all that. And I get it, but it's like, I don't know. We don't know what was agreed upon and what we're supposed to be here and do the right thing and all of that. And I really do believe the animals came in here to some degree. Which ones, I don't know, as a sacrifice in some sort of, or they came in here knowingly that there's going to be suffering in some sort of way.
Wow.
I really do. I really do. I don't think they just came in here blind and just, I just,
That's
they're
interesting.
part of the angelic realm. Come on.
Mhm.
Unless you don't believe that, I don't mean you, I just mean any of
Mhm.
us here. It's like, if you don't believe it, then okay, fine. But if they're part of the angelic realm, of course they knew what they were signing up for. Come on. Doesn't make it right, but like any of them that are here, if they knew they were going to experience, and we don't know how their spiritual involvement works, if at all. Like, I don't even think that there is any. I think that they're already, again, we don't know how any of this stuff works, but it's like, on a soul level, I think there's like, they don't have to, if they're part of the angelic realm, they're already there.
Mhm.
There is no involvement that needs to happen.
See,
And
I had a
so,
friend who, well, I used to have we're not friends anymore, but I had a friend who believed she was a horse in a past life. And in this life, when we were younger, she would gallop and snort and be a horse. I mean, that was like her nature sometimes. And she could do that in front of him. Sometimes she would do that in front of people that didn't quite get it. But her ability to draw, to understand horse structure, to be a part of the sound. I mean, her whole life was just evolved around horses, and she felt from a young child when we met when we were 12, 13 that she had been a horse in a past life. So,
That's another subject that we could discuss about
and she said, if you could
past
see,
lives, being animals, and all that.
if you could see my
Yeah,
dog's
I saw
side
that a
eye
while
wouldn't,
ago.
my question. Oh wow, yeah. And what did Tom say? No, no kink shaming. What?
Yeah, and and this is
You mean the
another subject
horse?
to talk
Not
about
pony
too.
play, Tom. I'm not
Um,
talking about pony play. I'm talking about actual. Jeez. Oh, go ahead, Allison.
no, I was just gonna say, and I'm not gonna get all into this, but it's like also like the whole thing, like a lot of people get really upset about a lot of people that don't want to ever eat animals for any reason, because they just
Mhm.
don't want any part of it. And when really it's the farming industry and how it's done that is the
Well,
issue.
well, there are some people in the community, not just ours, but you know, globally,
The
that
world,
feel that if you eat meat, that it is lowering your vibration,
right?
and
They
that we
believe
can't
that,
ascend unless
right?
we
Which,
stop
come on,
eating
no. It's been proven that we
animal.
have to have actually I'm not going to get all into it. The
Hmm.
the science is there for us to be healthy. It's just no, that's just not factually true. It's not even possible.
So for me, I can kind of see some of that as well because they're
No, I
thinking.
feel for people and I believe that they believe that. But I know for absolute fact that is not, no, that's an emotional belief because of their sincere, true depth of love for animals. That's what that is. Which is beautiful, and I
It
get
is
it. I
beautiful.
love animals too. I was vegan and I got very, very ill as a result of it. And I was vegan because of animals. It wasn't for any of the other many reasons that are out there that people become vegan. So,
My husband will only eat chicken as turkey, or chicken or turkey, I think she meant, but refuses anything with whole hooves.
yeah.
Yeah, I get it, girl. I tried many times. But yeah, that would be an interesting conversation to have because, to me though, talking about especially my perspectives, that's why I think I moved through different circles over the years through YouTube because of my certain beliefs that I hold when it comes to ETs and what we supposedly do here on Earth or outside of our bodies. For me, it's something that whenever I try to connect with or try to see if I can become a part of that to try to maybe understand or learn better, I just know that I completely shut down, that I feel uncomfortable, and I feel myself withdrawing from that type of energy. So it's something that I'm not meant to follow or to believe in this lifetime, or just not yet. I don't know.
Can you
Um,
say that again, Heather? Recap it because I was reading something in the chat. What did
oh,
you just say? I'm sorry because I do want to
uh,
hear what you just said.
Well, for me, like I said, over the years, I've been through different circles with people on YouTube, trying to, and a lot of people in those circles talking about their connection with star seeds and aliens and doing the
Hmm.
hybrid thing and going on to ships and whatnot. And whenever I would kind of try to, and our friend Scott, we haven't talked to him in a while, but our friend Scott, Spiritual Essence, he's very connected with the ETs and stuff, and he would said
Hmm.
that they would not hurt us, and but there are still races that do I feel hurt, come and hurt people and animals on this planet. And so for me, whenever I would try to, you know, step back maybe from my prejudices and try to be open and kind of gratiate myself into that, I would still find that I would get very nervous. I would feel myself just completely shut down. It was almost like boom, 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 just complete. And I'm like, okay, spirit team says, no, 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 we're not going here. And, or my higher self saying, we are not going here. So whether that's to protect me or to not, or I'm not meant to connect with that in this lifetime or at this point, I don't know. But I just know that when I get to hear too many conversations where people start talking about going astral traveling to ships and helping give birth to hybrid babies, and they're being held for other, I don't know, it just makes me nervous. It's just something intuitively that makes me nervous, and I have to step back, um so, and like for some people, like Shelby, I connect to be a star seed, but it's more of a celestial being feeling. So it's, I think, oops, here, let me hide this again because of the new thing. So, but yeah, um, that's just how, I feel. I'm not telling people that they can't believe that, it's not right for them to believe that they're bad for believing that. It's just for me energetically. I know it just does not make me feel well. Even kind of, I'm even feeling a little, you know, funny right now, even just kind of talking about it because it's bringing a physical reaction through me. So, but I'm okay. I'm grounded. Um, but yeah, there's certain things I hear in conversation or whatever that everything is all good. They will never hurt us. You got to trust them. Be open to all this. Be open to the Galactic Federation and or Foundation, whatever they call it. And for me, it's just kind of like it feels, and this is just to me, uh, uh, um, for me, it feels unsafe or unhealthy or too for me maybe cult like. But again, this is just me. I'm not saying that people who believe in that are such. This is just my impression and how I feel energetically. And I would never tell somebody not to believe what it is that they want to believe. As long as, of course, it doesn't hurt them or others, but then still, that's not my, you know, I have no say in that really. So yeah, that's my spiel. And then when I was talking with Tom one time, and I'll talk to you, Allison, backstage about it. That's why we were wondering about the conversations of, star seeds that might be kind of iffy. And yes, we were talking about the autoimmune that Selena deals with. Oh, so that was her having a conversation. Oh, being vegan helped. I think Selena said that helped her with her because she's got autoimmune issues and stuff. So yeah, that's just a conversation they're having. Um, we all have different comfort levels. Exactly. Um, Bye, Karen. Have a good night, my dear. I'm glad you and the little girls are feeling better.
There's so much I could say right now, but I'm just gonna save it
Oh, with the
because
autoimmune,
it's just
yeah.
such a rabbit hole. No, just all of it. It's like, yeah, it's just, yeah.
So it's interesting that we're talking
We're
about
all humans.
star seeds and angelic beings. And Kelly, oh my goodness, the mystic next door. I haven't seen you in a couple of years, Kelly. How have you been? Thank you for being here. Um, Good to see you. I hope all is well with you. So yeah, we start with the pyramids and the possible underground and how we just all kind of evolve into the conversation and see where it takes us. So I uh, I enjoy that. I like having the conversations. So, did you want to wait to a different show to pull cards on the so-called pillars, or
Jeez.
no? Do you want to wait till a different show?
No, Selena, Selena,
Oh,
I would love to talk to you. I
oh,
would
okay.
love to have a conversation, especially when I saw this lupus comment.
Yeah, she's got a lot of stuff going on.
I would, huge food connection to that. Huge, huge.
Yeah, she goes through a lot. And Beth, I actually leave 2 weeks. April
And the
20th.
autoimmune. It's all food
Okay,
related.
hang on. She says
Well, actually,
yes.
autoimmune can be lots of different things depending on what the autoimmune is, but lupus, yeah.
She says yes with
Yeah,
three
I'd
S's.
love to, I mean, just,
Totally.
and I am starting my channel really soon, you guys. I've been
Yay!
doing notes and jotting stuff down for a couple weeks now, and I'm just about ready. to just go ahead and jump in.
And it's interesting too that we're talking about ETs and the pyramids and everything, because too, where I'm moving to, Beth, is only going to be about a 2 hour drive, I think, from the Shasta area. So I plan on making a trip there and seeing what feels right to me and feel what, I feel like, and see if maybe that might um, give me insight. And
What do you mean
well,
regarding
Mount
what?
well Mount Shasta is considered alien, like an alien hub for UFOs, and there are
Oh,
people within our community that have an ET healing, center there, and they actually believe that there is a Lemurian civilization inside Shasta that was left
oh,
over.
interesting. I've never heard that. So I was there
So
for
yeah,
a
called
week.
Telos.
Um, yeah, I was there for a week. I went to a shamanism workshop with my partner at the time. This was after my divorce. And um, because that's not the part of California that I lived in. But we drove out there and did a little road trip, and probably a lot of you have been there. It's intense. It is, the energy there is just crazy. And
Mhm.
I felt a huge connection. I was emotional when I left, and I'm not
Um,
a crier at all. And I was and that's, I shouldn't say it that way. That sounds really, but I'm not. And I was very sad to leave. I didn't want to go. And I really wanted to stay. I could have stayed another week or two or a month, or shit, I probably could have even moved there if there'd been a way to do it. And the lake there is absolutely amazing, and you could watch the eagles fishing in the morning from the trees. They sit there and they watch the water and the bald eagles, and they fly down and they fish. But what you say, will you be sharing some of your opinions and knowledge on? Yes, that's what the whole channel's going to be.
yep.
It's not so much opinions, but yes, yes, I mean, a lot of this is, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Shelby, what's this? I heard one time of a witch talking about our foods and some sort of connection with the Illuminati. I, you know, I know you got to remember everything you hear. You got to kind of take with a grain of salt, and you got to feel. And like we were talking about one night, when there's a lot of fear, sometimes that you can't let fear control you. I think that we were having a conversation one night. I think Allyson, we were talking about fear, not being afraid. I think we were talking about the spirit boards and things and stuff that night. And Kelly actually was just saying, I'll be in Shasta with Medium Kim and Danny Shea. I always wanted to meet. Excuse me. Danny was in my original circle with oh my goodness, I can't. Oh, what's her? You know her. Why can I not think of her name? Debbie, Freebird Spirit. Um. So yeah, that's interesting.
Debbie's great. I got an amazing reading from her. Debbie is like the real deal.
And let's see. I think the energy is intense at Mount Shasta and Big Sur. Whenever I went to Big Sur, I was overwhelmed. And see, I was connected to Sedona.
That's how
You
I
know.
felt at Mount Shasta. I've never been to Big Sur. I've been to Sedona. I didn't really feel anything. It's beautiful there. I didn't feel anything. So that makes me wonder if people just how you're wired or what you're attached to or whatever. I hadn't heard the Lemuria thing about Mount Shasta before. I've heard
Mm-hmm.
lots of spiritual stuff though, so that's interesting. But Shasta, it's just, there's a picture of me um sitting at the foot of Mount Shasta, and it's taken, and I can't help but when I see that picture, I am so happy and just beaming, just so just filled with just, I don't even know what. It's like when I look at that picture, I'm like, wow, that was really a moment. That was really, and we were there for several days, but there was like, that was the one picture that was taken of me there. And you can just see.
I would
It's
love to see
weird.
that picture if you ever
Yeah,
want.
I have it on
Yeah.
paper, like an actual photo. I don't know if I have it digital or not, because this was taken in '08. I might have it on my,
Mhm.
I might. It's not in my cloud, but anyways, I still might have it though.
So Kelly said in chat, I think she said MD, and then she said, had a dream this week that we need to eat according to our star origins. That's a different take. So when you say star origins, you mean your astrological signs or your star seed, Kelly? I think that might be what you were referring to. Um, yeah, I don't know if I bel believe in star seeds. I mean, I know enough people do, and I had somewhat of a possible clue to maybe something with mine. She said, "Yeah, starseed," but like I said, every time I go to explore it, something just shuts me completely down. So, Tom, oh, I guess I come from the mozzarella sticks galaxy. Oh, Tom, you're too funny, my dear. But yeah, so yeah, that's people do find different ways of eating and being spiritually and energetic. And again, I don't tell anybody. The only time I get concerned is if it appears that it may actually hurt the person themselves or others. But if it's something that's working for you, and you find that it makes you feel better, makes you feel healthier, makes you feel more connected to your source and to your guides, then who am I? All the better. Because people can look at me and say, well, you're tarot, you're this or that, or this, whatever could possibly be, and if you really want to get spiritually connected, you should. It's just this is long, excuse me, it's getting a little bit later, it's been a long day. We don't go inserting our beliefs, because I've had people that have walked away from me because, or I've had to walk also away from them because, with mental health especially, it was all me not being spiritual enough. It wasn't me being positive enough. It wasn't me, doing enough Reiki healing energy or accepting the Reiki into my life that, I was having, mental health and health issues. And so that kind of toxic spirituality, I got hit with that. So I step back. If something's not feeling right, I just nod, acknowledge, and I distance myself or remove myself. um so let's see. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Selena. She put Kelly's YouTube link in the description. And let's see if there were any questions. Oh, yes, Selena. Um, Kelly liked your comment, Tom. So, all righty. I don't see anything else. We're at 9:10. I have to keep it to, at least till 9:30. I can't go any later than that. So, and exactly, Isadora. Do what feels right for you, not what other people desire from you. Very interesting. I like that. Very much so. So, was there anything else you wanted to talk about, girl, or express or share or anything?
Not really. Anything I want to share would be going down a whole rabbit hole. So, and also, this is one of those things that not a lot of people are ready to hear. They're just not, or they're so married to their beliefs that, and that's fine. I just encourage people, and I will once I do my channel, especially if anybody comes to check it out, just look
Open mind.
around. Look around. Also, look at people 100 years ago and then look at the general public today and look at what's changed in terms of food and all of that. And
Yeah.
um the deficiencies, the illnesses, so much has changed, and it's from what's going in here.
And Selena says, I love a rabbit hole.
I
They're
do too,
fun. They
actually.
really
Yeah,
can
but
be
it's got
fun.
to be the right. Also, you have to have enough time. Like I could talk about this stuff for hours and answer and address just about anything to some degree. Doesn't mean I'm right,
Mhm.
but you guys have been deep diving and researching this for years now because I've the stuff that I went through myself,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know,
It just sucks that I don't have the uh, the unlimited StreamYard. I mean, Allison and I went 4 hours one night, going from one topic to the other, to the crystal, to the sphere that went unnamed for many months. So we've had some
right.
late night talks that were a lot fun. Let's see, what's Allison's channel
My channel is what's right there under on well, it just went away.
on
When
Aries?
Heather removes the comment, it's Aries Girl Tarot. The channel I'm talking about, the lifestyle channel, is about to be created. It'll be starting very soon. I will be, if you want to follow my channel, which I've pretty much abandoned, Aries Girl Tarot, I will be posting a very short video there when my new channel uh starts, when it begins, which it'll be fairly soon. It's going to be a lifestyle channel. I am a carnivore, and that's what it's going to be about. It's going to be other stuff too, though. Like I'll do whatever subject matter related to that, health stuff, um,
There's her link.
recipes, what I've learned along the way. I'll share my story of what happened, what I've learned, all that kind of stuff. Nutritional deficiencies, um, all of that in no particular order.
And I've tried to get her to do a couple more videos here and there on her other channel because she's really good at doing the astrology readings for the signs and stuff.
Thank you. And
I
I'll
I
also
miss I
be,
miss them because I would always watch the Aries because of my rising. I would watch the Sagittarius for my sun and the Pisces for my moon. So
hold on one second. I have to, speaking of which, I have to turn my crock pot down. The lid is jiggling. I need to put it on
oops.
warm. It's on low. This
Oh,
roast is
Kelly's been
done. Hold on one
carnivore
second.
this year. Oh wow.
Oh, nice. Kelly, I'm going on 4 years. Strict, hardcore. That's my
Yeah.
life. And I absolutely love it. I'll be right back.
Okay. Let's see. Good to know. So, hey, question about cabbage. Okay, I'll keep that up there, Beth, for you. Um, Oh, everybody, this is her sweetie. There's her Anthony. Isn't he adorable? Oh my God. They're too cute. So, but yeah, I wish I still had the paid StreamYard so her and I can just go on and talk and talk. Um, let's see. I did that after breastfeeding, help with pain and inflammation. Oh, what did you do? Tom, we are taller, live longer. Clearly, the McDonald's ice cream machine is the fountain of youth. No, it's you like McDonald's ice cream. Ugh, no, thank you. I like the good stuff. So Beth had a question for you. And everybody saw when you went off when you took your cam off. They saw that you a picture of you and Anthony are all going, "Oh, what a cute pair." Yes, they
Yes.
are.
Thank you.
So good to know, Allison. Hey, question about cabbage. I might have a baker's cyst behind one knee. I plan to use a poultice of cabbage leaves for the inflammation. Now, is that for Allison or is that for Selena? I think that might be.
Yeah, it's not for
Um,
me.
so you use cabbage on your breast for something with a healing. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. You use cabbage leaves, place them in a microwave for 30 seconds. Oh, place on inflammation, wrap with plastic wrap to hold. Oh, wow, there you go. So, homemade remedies. So, very interesting. Never heard of that. Probably things that our ancestors did, to help them heal. And
Minus the plastic wrap.
so, All righty. Well, we are at 9:17. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Make that. Oh no, not about. No, 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 no. We're not going on about the. Okay, hold on a second. No, hold on. Oh, StreamYard, you suck. Here, you can use cabbage for arthritis and sciatica too. I have a friend who has sciatica. A couple of them. They used to use cabbage poultice on livestock too. Wow, where did you learn this, Beth?
Plants
This is
are
interesting.
medicine. That's
Hmm.
actually what they are. They're not for eating. Plants are absolutely medicine. Yep.
Cabbage leaves are good for gout.
Gout.
Oh, I like steamed cabbage.
So
You
is
don't want to be
carnivore
around me
diet.
for a while after me having some, but I do like a good steamed cabbage with just a little bit of butter
My
and a
sister
little
has
salt.
gout.
You know, yeah, that's right. I remember you telling me that.
Yep. And she's not changing a damn thing about her diet. So she will continue to have gout.
Asleep like, I love cabbage. We actually got some Brussels sprouts. We've been on a Brussels sprouts kick lately. She needs to open her piriformis and pigeon pose. Beth, I have no idea what the hell that is. What is a piriformis and pigeon? Is that a yoga move? Allison obviously knows she's having a laugh. She's laughing with me, right? Not at me. I don't know what that is for the sciatica. She needs her perform in pigeon pose. I don't know what that means.
Get rid of inflammation, sciatica goes away. But there is some, yes, there's certain holds and stretches and that sort of things that can help. I was a
Okay.
personal fitness trainer for
Oh, so that's so you, yeah, okay.
15 years. I did a lot of yoga too, but that was in my own personal life. I didn't yoga and the weight room are two different worlds in every single way.
There we go. The piriformis
Piriformis.
is a muscle that has a sciatic notch.
Your
Oof.
sciat your sciatic nerve runs well, it's God, why am I not in front of the camera? It's pretty paralyzing. It's extreme pain. It runs down your leg.
Yeah, I've used pigeon pose for
Some
years to
people
help me
here
with it.
feel it basically underneath their glute, their butt, down to the back of the knee. Some people feel it more on the side of the leg, like on their adductor muscles. But it really depends.
Yeah,
Um,
Tom knows
some people have it
too.
on both sides.
It's
Yeah,
extremely
and
paralyzing.
it's very much related to inflammation. Yep, yep. Most people that, well, never mind.
And I know diet can help with that because I've noticed that when I have my little treats to myself here or there, I start to feel it the next day. And I'm like, yeah, you knew that was going to happen. And that's why I make sure I drink extra water the next day. But
I will say this one thing. If nothing else, people need to get rid of all seed oils. If you do nothing else, get rid of all seed oil out of your diet. It is straight up poison. Period.
oh,
Seed oils are poison. Use a different, just get rid of all seed oils. That alone, that alone.
in my case, a disc extruded, calcified, and pressing on the nerve. Oh, God, Tom. Heather's. Wait a minute. What? Stick a cabbage on my ass? Girl.
Yes, you don't want to eat oil that's made in a
Sesame seed
factory.
oil.
That can
Oh,
be, it could, yeah.
PUF.
Anyways,
Now, what's
it's not even
PUFAs?
real. It's straight up, it's a carcinogen. You don't want to be consuming that.
And Moira says it's a PUFA. I'm not sure what that.
Yes, all oils. Yes.
What does that? What does that mean?
Canola, sesame, vegetable. What the hell is that? Vegetable? Vegetables don't have oil. No, it's BS. All of it. Don't take my word for it. Research it. Just research it. You
So
don't be
Beth,
eating any of that crap. Any of it. Any of it.
see, I like to use olive or avocado oil.
Animal fat. butter, lard, all the stuff that we've been told that you're not supposed to eat, which you really do need. We have to have animal hormones to create hormones, or animal fat to create hormones, I should say. Sorry.
Always
Animal
saturated
fat to
fatty
create
acids.
hormones. We are supposed to eat animal fat. We are supposed to. We are supposed to. Do you know, fun fact, because I won't even, years and years and years ago, before we started eating this way, because it's now been a couple hundred years, women went into menopause and had virtually no symptoms. You just stopped menstruating. It's true. Hot flashes and vaginal dryness, memory, all that crazy, none of that happened.
So
None of it
you really
happened.
you need to really get your channel going because you're getting questions. All this
It's you
Allison.
know what? Deep dive the cholesterol studies and see who funded it. I'm gonna say just look it up. Look it up.
Yeah,
See how it was
I'm excited
funded.
to get
Those
your
studies that we go by, there's nothing wrong
channel.
with cholesterol. You have to have cholesterol for your brain. It's true. Fat and cholesterol. It's true. It's right there. The information is right there. It's
Yep, like
available.
Selena says, my husband says all the time, who funded it? And that's the question
That's
to
right.
ask. You gotta look
Yep.
at who funded it.
Yep. Who funded it? And it was selectively just look it up. Look it up. I'm not even gonna just look it up.
Well, there you go. And then we'll keep an eye out. I'm sure Allison
My
will let
blood
everybody.
work is gorgeous. And they will try to put anybody on a statin that has high cholesterol. Meanwhile, heart disease just continues to rise. Statin does nothing. And you got to be smarter than what we've been fed so much nonsense. I'm eating like my ancestors ate, my early ancestors. I'll just leave it
So
at that.
Beth wants to know about at what level cholesterol, I mean.
And I'm in menopause now, ladies, and I've had no symptoms. Nothing. I have no fat on my belly, none. I don't have night sweats. I don't suffer with any weird sex stuff. I don't have any of that.
Shelby says, I can't wait to hear your show. I really want to know, would you be also putting sources or references when you make your shows? Yes, and she'll be able to share
Yeah,
it
I'll
too.
just be talking. And again, nobody has to do any of this. I'm just telling you, it's like I don't like being lied to. I hate a liar. I hate lies. I can't stand it. We have been told so much stuff. We've been told, I will just say, okay, sorry, because I have a hard time not, but I'm gonna just dip my toe in. From a child, eggs were bad. You guys remember that when eggs became bad? Eggs were bad. It's not true.
Only eat the whites. You guys
Salt
get
is
rid of them.
bad. No, you need salt. There's nothing wrong. I eat so much salt, you wouldn't even believe how much salt now. Beef. Oh yeah. Beef is terrible for you and it rots in your colon and da da da. Do you know what you digest first? What digests the quickest in your body? Meat. Meat. It is gone within hours. Hours. And we've been told you need to eat fiber and all this stuff. No, no, you don't. No, no. In fact, you shouldn't. What else have we been told that was bad that's actually good? I cook everything in lard, everything, lard and butter. I mostly do lard only because I have a lot of it because I cook a lot of pork
Bacon.
belly. Yeah, and bacon too. Like we've been so told all this stuff is terrible and oh, you pretty much can take anything that the food people are telling you and turn it upside down. There lies what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah.
And Beth said, what if your cholesterol is, say, over 300?
Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. They're learning so much. It really, and I'll be talking about all this stuff. It really, it doesn't matter.
So there will be other things contributing to the high cholesterol level. when
No, not necessarily, but you need cholesterol. You don't want to have low cholesterol. You
and
don't.
isn't that true of all proteins? They process through the body the fastest. I don't know. I'm not a doctor
I'm
or
talking about
nutritionist.
animal. I'm talking about meat. I'm talking about meat. Because when you say proteins, you get into all this nonsense about powders and tofu, which you don't want to eat. Soy is, you do not want to eat soy. Anything that mimics hormones and all that. I mean, it's real simple, you guys. You just, we eat what, think early man. That's it. It's, don't have to that's the whole thing. It's like, why on earth, whether you're religious or not, why would we be put here by source or God or whatever you want to call it, and not be set up with what we need to eat? It was running around in front of us. That's why we have five fingers, and so that we can figure out and we can hunt and all that kind of stuff. Yes, it needs to be revamped, but it's like, and again, people don't have to do this. I'm just
Mhm.
saying, it's like we have
Disparaging
to,
purposes only.
it's just,
Refer to your doctor.
but it's, no, it's, we're humans.
And Isadora says, my mom used olive oil for years and didn't have any hot flashes.
Yeah. So it seems that coconut oil and olive oil are perfectly okay. Um,
I like avocado
but
oil too from time to
plants
time.
really, truly, honestly are medicinal. We're not supposed to eat grains though, and any of that stuff, because we don't have a multi-chamber stomach like a cow, a moose, a deer, all of that. We can't process it and pull the nutrients out of it. And some people have everybody has a hard time processing it, even if they're not aware of it. And other people, it can go all the way to disease in the digestive system
Mhm.
because it's so bad. So it just depends on us individually. I had a really, really, really hard time eventually with like gluten and all that kind of stuff, which was I'll tell my story on my channel, but what ended up happening with me. And I ended up going completely the other direction. So
And Selena said, my father in law is diabetic and feels best when eating only red meat. His numbers are always low and perfect.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. So ruminant animals honestly are even more healthy, honestly, than eating any meat is fine.
Really good.
Seafood, meat, chicken, pork, what you can eat a possum if you want to, just animal protein. But ruminant animals, meaning they have a multi-chamber stomach, and they are able to pull all the nutrients out of the grains that they're eating. Their meat is more nutritionally dense, a ruminant animal. So think of any animal that chews their cud. That's a ruminant animal, because they swallow it, it comes back up, they chew it again, and then it goes into another, it's a whole some of you might have learned this in school. I remember we talked about it a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, but it's all fine, and personal preference. But yeah.
And I agree, Shelby, like the cure for cancer when they already have it but don't want to tell.
Yeah, because
About greed
there's
and
no money in that. There's more money in keeping people ill. Yeah.
yep.
Yep. Yep. And same with the food. They know all this. That's why we have food scientists. When you go to the grocery store, there's aisles and aisles and aisles and aisles. You have like 20,000 choices of food at the grocery store. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's absolute insanity. Food was never, and people wonder why they're sick. Your food's not supposed to have 18, 30 ingredients.
Mm-mm.
And people don't have to eat carnivore. Nobody, I mean, do whatever the heck you want, but at least don't eat the trash. Eat real food.
Yeah. Well, we are at 9:30. I do have to end the show, but keep an eye out. Allison will, let us know when she gets her channel up and running, and we'll have to have a launch
Right.
um
Sure.
celebration for you to get it started.
Yes,
Um,
Aspasia Rising, that's true. And I've got all kinds of things to say on that as well. Also, a lot of people think the planet, like with the planet and animals and all that. No, no. That's from all of
just for
the plants and stuff that and all the animals that die in the fields from all of the stuff that's being done. And it's a whole thing. And the whole thing about cow farts is not true. Yeah, and that research is out there too. That can all be
Yeah.
researched and looked at. No, there's no. They want us to be vegetarian and vegan. There's more money in that
That's
because
what that's what
they know
that's
what
what you
they
see
know
in
what
the
happens.
stores. Right now, rice is cauliflower
Your
rice.
sugar is
Is what
high
we
when you eat
are.
that way. They
Yeah.
want your sugar to be high. Yeah.
Wow. So, Allyson, I thank you for joining us. We'll get a hold with Selena and Tom and see if we can figure
I know.
something
I would love
out.
to talk about all of that.
And it's going to it might take a little while. I'm not sure. Depends on how soon I get settled and whatnot. Once we get to Oregon. So just really quick, Sunday. Um, Karen, sorry, it's late now. My brain's starting to go. "Arr." Karen and I will be back with Nancy for Mystic Poet Society at 8 o'clock. And so Selena is going to be interviewed by Bobby behind the cards at 6 p.m. on Sunday. And so let's all make sure we can go and support Selena and hear about her spiritual journey with Bobby through the cards. And then after that, come by for some poetry with Karen, Nancy, and I. Monday, divine, well, it's not divine feminine anymore, it's the sacred feminine within. Nancy will be hosting, and Kristen Louise will be joining us, and we'll be talking about the springtime
Oh,
goddess
nice.
on, I don't remember how she says it properly. It's Idun. She is a Norse goddess of spring. So Kristen will be joining us to talk about her because Kristen works with the Nordic pantheon. And so, yep, 6 p.m. For Bobby. And yes, Tom, Bobby did change his name. It's Wild Raven Tarot now. And then on Tuesday, Jackie and I will be back for our holding court, and we will be discussing the Knight of Pentacles, and that'll be at 2 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. GMT Irish time. So, got a couple busy days coming up. Looking forward to, and thank you everybody again for joining us. We hope you have a great weekend. Be safe, enjoy, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.